Hey, Tom Rabbit! I hope you got this for your recording. Hey, YouTube out there. Tom Rabbit likes to record these. Hey, Tom Rabbit!
When was the last time you heard an atheist deliver a clear presentation and defense of their cliche, there's no evidence for God?
Never.
And anyone ever hear them? They go, there's no evidence for God. There's no evidence for God. No evidence for God. There's no evidence for God. Right? Say, good. Can you explain that? You're shifting the burden of proof. Well, wait a minute. Did you just make a claim? Well, yeah. It's the claim that what you're presenting, we reject. We're just atheism is just a rejection of a claim. I mean, it doesn't get more stupid than that.
Well, if you want to talk about the Christian God, I can give you a reason why that one doesn't exist.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't do this, but I will do it for the benefit and the laughter of people in the room. I will suspend you from my troll list, but if you dodge, you will be server muted without further notice. You have a history of being obnoxious, rude, overbearing, rabbit trailing, obfuscating, and prevaricating. Do you commit yourself to answer questions truthfully and not to be a bull in a china shop? Do you commit to doing that?
So help you God.
So help you God.
Yeah, I swear on Calvin the God-eating penguin. Let's go.
Okay.
That
So
doesn't
if
sound-
if you do not act like an adult, if you lie, if you obfuscate, if you prevaricate, okay, you give clearly, purposefully ambiguous responses to circumspect questions, you will be server muted.
Maybe somebody should moderate the conversation.
Okay. Now, okay, are you an atheist?
I am, yes.
Good. And God does not exist because?
What do you mean by God?
Okay. God is what we call the supreme being, the creator of all things that are not himself. We could define God as the single ultimate foundation of all that exists that is not himself, and he is a mind.
I don't think that's a coherent concept.
What's that?
I don't think that's a coherent concept.
How
You
is it? How?
understand it?
Okay. How is it? Is it incoherent to say that there is a single ultimate foundation to everything?
Maybe, maybe not. What I have a problem with is the
No,
mind
no,
thing.
no. I don't want to hear maybe or maybe not. What I want you to address the question. So that's dodge number one. Is somebody stipulating, whether you believe it or not, that there is a singular ultimate foundation of all that exists? Is that incoherent?
I don't think that in and of itself is incoherent. I don't believe that's the case.
Okay.
There's no
Is that coherent?
I'm not sure. I don't even really have a grasp on what it is you're asking.
You need to answer the question. You're dodging. So that's dodge number two.
No, I'm not dodging. I'm just saying I don't.
I'm getting my roll of duct tape out. You have already violated your commitment. You can laugh all you want, princess, but you have violated.
What's the homoerotic derogatories that you call me all the time?
It's not homoerotic. Okay. I could call you kink pukesies, which would be more fitting. But you have already broken if anyone talks in here other than King Xerxes and myself, you will be server muted. Now, you have already broken your promise already. You have dodged twice. Okay? I asked you a simple question. If one stipulates that there's a singular ultimate foundation of all that there is that incoherent? I want a simple, clear answer.
I don't know.
Okay. Then you're not in a position to say that the inclusion of a mind to that is incoherent.
Well, a mind is the way in which we understand minds is it's a constant linear sequence of mental states.
Not
it's constantly
necessarily
fluctuating, constantly changing.
For human beings, it is.
Okay, well, I don't understand what a mind means outside of that context. So, what does it mean?
Okay, well, God could have one thought that contains the truth value of all propositions, including future tense propositions. So the point is, it's a mind that has one or more thoughts. Okay. Now, there's nothing incoherent about there being an eternal mind.
Are you gonna let me prod that a little further? Or are we just gonna move on?
No, I'm want you to give me your defense of atheism. So far, you're failing miserably.
Yeah, so I mean, right out of the gate, if this thing is a mind, an internal mind of that, and it knows all true propositions, that would include all counterfactual propositions as well, which would be an infinite regress. And then on top of
N-
that, if it's an internal mind, it
No,
can't change. So how does it
why would
actualize any state of
no,
affairs?
no, why would it be an infinite regress? Because regress would have to do with succession.
Well, yeah, but there's an infinite regress of factual,
N-
counterfactual claims.
no. If the mind of God knows all true propositions, it's not a regress. You're making a category error there. Okay.
Okay, whatever the hell that means. But
Okay.
you said he's
Okay.
eternal.
Look. It is a category error. When you talk about a regress, you're talking about a cause and effect sequence. Okay. The bottom line here is, do you have a defeater instead of double talk that there is no God?
Yeah, you previously defined him as eternal, and if he's eternal, he can't change. If he can't change, he can't affect anything. If he can't affect anything, he can't create the universe.
Why can't an eternal being change?
A change is a transition in states of affairs. It requires time.
Okay. Well, you just stepped into the bear trap.
Okay.
Now, if change requires time, what is time?
The measurement of change.
No, that would be a metric for time. That wouldn't tell me what time is.
No, that's what time is.
Yeah,
It's the measurement of
dude,
change.
listen to me. This is an area that I've recently spent a good amount of time studying. You made a big mistake bringing up time. So I
Okay.
want you to give me a coherent, single sentence definition of time, not things that are associated with time. I want you to give me a single sentence definition of time.
Time is the measurement of change.
No, you did it again. All you're talking about. Okay, so what you're talking about is a metric. Okay, so what you really should say, rather than invoking a metric, because a metric, okay, is an overview of change. So what you really mean is time change? Think carefully before think carefully. Do you hold to the relational view of time?
What is that?
You don't know?
No.
You just said, is it your position that time is change?
Time is the measurement of change.
No. A measurement is an add-on to time. It's a metric. There can be different metrics of time. Okay.
Okay.
See, you're making a mistake. You see, you do a lot better if you had actually studied the issue of time, but I don't think you have. So,
okay.
What is time?
The measurement of change.
I know that's the third time you've repeated that. I told you why that's incorrect.
No, you didn't.
Is time fundamentally the indefinite progress of events?
I don't know what the hell that means.
Okay, well, that's a dictionary definition.
The indefinite progress of events.
Yeah,
progress
indefinite
is just another word for change.
Okay, it's time. Okay, when you say, does change have to occur first before there can be a metric? How do you have a metric first?
Yeah, so when I say that change requires time, what I mean by that is that when things change, that's a transition between states and affairs, right? Transitions are from point A to point B. We would measure that with time. Right. That's how we conceive of that
so what you're talking about is called the relational concept of time. Are we clear?
Glad to know.
Okay. So is time fundamentally relational?
I don't know. Probably.
Okay. Yeah. We're not going to do this. Okay. Either time is relational at its core or not.
Seems that way to me.
Okay. Is that a yes?
Well, I'm not giving you like a. I don't know.
Okay, Xerxes, you are an arrogant, prideful, idiot. But when I'm asking you precise questions, all I'm getting is, I don't know, it could be, it seems that way. You know, you're not so arrogant now. You're fumbling all over yourself. Now, you're taking the position that time is the relation between events. A metric, okay, would be something that's an overlay to change or the relationality of events. Okay. Now, so you said change requires time, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So if we have an event that causes something and then the result, which would be a secondary event, is that time? Or is time some type of metaphysical environment or conveyor belt upon which change can take place?
That's a weirdly worded question.
No, it's not. It's not, because Newton believed in absolute time. That there has to be an absolute. Now, is time when there is an event and a second event?
If there's a linear transition between events, that would be time.
Okay. If there's only one event, does that entail time?
That's not coherent. There can't just be one event. There has to be a transition from point A to point B in order for it to be called an event.
Okay, so here's the problem.
Thing isn't happening if it doesn't start and stop.
You just screwed yourself, and let's see what a dishonest person you are. Okay.
Okay.
So then, in order for there to be time, you said it's relational. So when the first event occurs, there's no second event for it to occur in time. You just said causation can't occur with time. So the first event would be chronologically prior to the second event. So before the effect comes into being, then there can't be a first event or a first cause under your view, because it wouldn't be time, because time is relational.
Yeah, that's literally what I believe.
So your position, I just explained to you why your position is incoherent. Now you can play dumb, but that will be the end of you if you play dumb. I just showed you an absolute defeater for your position. Now either you're intelligent enough to understand what a devastating blow I laid for your position, or you can play dumb and look foolish before everyone in the room. You said at its core, time is relational between two events. Okay. So if there's not two events, if there's not a relation, then there's no time, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you said there can't be causation without time. So how does the first event occur when it's not in time?
I don't believe there was a first event.
There has to be. Okay.
No,
in fact, and it does. Let me tell you why. All right. Because Graham Oppie it's called the Oppie principle.
Good for Oppie.
Okay. Yeah. So the point is, in the Oppie principle, if there is a second event, right, there has to be a change in the first state, okay, in order to bring a second event. Okay, so there has to be a change, and then there is a first event. But you said causes cannot happen without time, but you define time as relational between two events. So before there's a second event, there wouldn't be time for causation. So your definition of what cannot be just destroyed your position on time.
No, it didn't.
Okay, have a nice day. You're done. Okay, this is why this guy is a retard. I just annihilated his position, and so rather than admit it, you go, "No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I didn't say that. You did. You didn't. No, you didn't." So he just outright lied that he got eviscerated.
1 week later.
Ask any new Christian; they know what the most famous verse in the Bible is, and they know who said it. Okay.
Well, it wasn't Nicodemus; it was Jesus. Those letters are in red in the book of John, John 3:16.
Are you King Xerxes?
Of course I am. Are you going to run away from me?
What do you do? I don't run away from you. You have been blacklisted by me because of your extreme bad behavior in the past. The only reason why I lifted it the other day was to
because you needed the
expose your
attention.
bankruptcy.
Wow.
Hold on a second. Yeah, if you're going to conduct yourself like you are before, okay, hold on a second. Okay, hold on. Okay, now, King Xerxes, we'll do this again. I'm only doing this for the purpose of exposing you. Okay, okay. Who has a freaking open mic?
It's
okay.
smugglers. Smugglers.
Okay, thank you. I'm not okay. Smugglers. Okay, okay. King Xerxes, God does not exist because, and I want you to be succinct.
Well, first I wanted to answer the question you were asking the other guy.
Answer the question right now. God does not exist because, and I want you to be
There's no logical
succinct.
contradiction with the non-existence of God.
Okay, that doesn't entail God doesn't exist.
Well, based on what we mean by God, if God's a necessary
That does not.
being,
That does no, sir.
I'm
Listen to me
explaining
carefully.
why that entails.
That does no, it does not. Okay, what is it what is singularly ultimate that dictates all states of affairs? Or no, it's the same question reformulated. Okay,
no, it's not.
What is it? Listen, if you're going to be the dick that you always are, I'm going to server mute you. Okay, I'm
and
just
demonstrate your cowardice to the entire audience.
Okay, listen to me. Do it again, and I'll just server mute you again. Okay. Now,
I don't really care, Darth.
What is
I
it?
answered your question.
Okay, all right. You see, he can't help himself. Okay. Now, stating that the invocation of atheism doesn't entail a logical contradiction, he hasn't demonstrated that. Okay, because it could be the case that God exists and there is a contradiction. So you're going to have to tell me what it is that is ultimate that's not God, but he can't do that. That is why he tried to resort to sophism about there's no contradiction that is entailed of the expression of the
That's
not
all
God
well and
world.
good, but you got it muted.
Okay. Yeah, he got muted because he has a long history of being obnoxious and being belligerent and being argumentative rather than vigorously debating like an intelligent, mature adult. Okay. He got wrecked royally the other day. He was humiliated and he's back for more punishment. Now, he started to bicker and to be obnoxious because he can't answer the question.
That's because he knows how weak that line of reasoning is.
We'll try it again. Okay, now, is there something that is ultimate, the ground of all being, that would negate God as the ground of all being, Xerxes?
Oh, am I unmuted now?
Did you hear the question?
No, I didn't.
Okay, God is in the category of what is singularly ultimate, the ground of all being. Now,
yes.
What is it that is ultimate that negates God as the ultimate?
If there's no logical contradiction with the non-existence of God, then God
he's doing it again. Did you see that? Okay, listen carefully. That is not an answer to my question. Okay, what is it that is singularly ultimate that is not God, that therefore would consequently negate God?
If there was no logical contradiction with the non-existence of God,
he's going to. Okay, that's not an answer to my question. That is a sophist,
diversionary answer to the first question you asked me.
He's doing it again. Listen, he's doing it again, folks. Okay, listen carefully.
All you got to do is tell me the logical contradiction with God not existing.
Okay, wow. Okay, he's mentally ill. So you see, this is what he does. Okay.
Hey, Darth, I have a question.
This is what he does. Okay, the logical contradiction is that the entire world, by necessity, reveals God. So therefore, when somebody says the proposition that God exists does not entail a logical contradiction, it is a contradiction to that the whole world reveals God. Now, I asked him the question over and over again, what is it that is ultimate, okay, that would negate God, okay? And he cannot answer that question. So what he does is, as he usually is now, well, I won't go where I was going to go, okay, because I don't need to do that. But it's the same old Xerxes. This is why it is impossible to talk with him. He's a bull in a china shop. Okay, next.
Hey, Darth.
Hey, Darth, I have a question.
Yeah, what's your username?
Woman
now,
kills children.
Okay. Before we go, I want everybody to notice. I asked him a direct question. What is it that is ultimate that is not God that will metaphysically negate God? And you'll notice that he had no answer. All he could simply say is there's no internal logical contradiction. Okay. Now, did he tell me what is ultimate? That is not God? Okay. Did he tell me what is ultimate that's not God?
Leave it
right?
the fuck alone.
Okay. So he has no defeater for God. All he has is obnoxious rhetoric and evasion to a direct question. Okay. When he says it doesn't entail a contradiction. Okay. Okay. So the notion that God does not exist, right, is that this world does not and cannot indicate and reveal God. Well, how do you ground that? Okay. He can't. Okay. Next.
The next day.
I was just curious because usually whenever
scroll to the top of the list on the left. Look at that handsome face.
Top of the list on the left.
Yeah, look on the left of your screen. You see the list of the rooms?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now scroll all the way up to the top. See that handsome guy?
Oh, I see that. Yeah. It's Richard Dawkins wearing Darth Dawkins' helmet.
No, that's me.
It's not really you. It's your avatar. There's a difference.
Of course. Is there really? Is there a difference between Clark Kent and Superman?
Well, yeah. Clark Kent is a mild-mannered reporter. Superman is like the greatest superhero ever known.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, one of them wears glasses. I mean, what are you talking about?
Oh, I didn't realize who this is. Is this King Pukesies?
Yeah, it's King Xerxes.
Yeah. Why are you such a moron?
Well, we were just having a very lovely conversation.
Look, dude, listen to me. Do you think you fool everybody in the room? Okay. Do you think you fool people by that? That's no. Let's have a real adult talk here. Do you think you fool people by this sophistry that atheism doesn't entail a contradiction? I mean, where did you get that from? The Angstrike cult? I mean, really,
sorry,
dude.
what?
In order to defeat it, well, how do you defeat A?
I'm so confused as to what you were talking about. I thought we were talking about Superman.
I'm about to server mute your ass in here if you're going to play the same game again.
I'm seriously confused, Darth. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Fuck off, asshole.
Oh.
Back at it, I see. What a moron.
Did you catch that, Tom Rabbit? Hope you upload that to YouTube.